Hey Capricorn, thank you for joining me and welcome to this reading for the latter part of April, so the 15th through the 30th. We're doing a 777 reading today, which is 7 cards of 3 different decks, like the number of the angels. It allows you to make some wishes and make some changes in your life. This reading is aimed at helping us identify how to change your life. Before we begin this part of the reading, the tarot cards, I wanted to show you on the chart exactly what's going on with the astrology. So it's not like an in-depth astrology explanation, but for you, we're talking about a couple different things. So the first thing to focus on is there's still this dip back of Venus into your 3rd house of communication, healing communication at this time. So if you've said words that were regrettable, or if you feel as though you've kind of been unfair with brothers and sisters, or maybe your communication style needs addressing, then this is the time to do it. And then Venus will move forward and move on into Aries pretty quickly. So just make sure that you allow yourself the time to heal communication, and also stuff to do with like your source, like your childhood and stuff like that can get really fixed with Venus there. Venus is putting love and compassion in that area for you for sure. And then we have the sun moving between the 4th and the 5th house. So the 4th house is family, home, grounding. And the 5th house is like passion, drives, desires, but not sexually. It's just like what interests you, and also romantic relationships and children. So the sun will move into your 5th house by about the 20th, right? And so the energy is kind of shifting between the two different things. So now you're going to be more focused on what do you like, what makes you happy, connecting with your children and joy, etc. And then finally, the last transit to really focus on that sets the tone for this period is the transition of North Node into the 8th house. So the North Node has been in your 9th house for about 2.5 years, and now we'll be moving into your 8th house for another 2 years. Now this is a focus on change, transformation, possibly endings, but also endings of the past, not necessarily that endings will happen. The North Node has a lot to do with where your mind is at, kind of what are you thinking about things and how are things resonant for you. There's a grand trine energy over us through this time period and all of April actually. This is affecting your 12th house, your 9th house, and then also your 4th and 5th house. So the 12th house is spirituality, hidden enemies. Saturn here is retrograde, so maybe you will be less scrupulous with regard to people around you. So you may be not picking up on the signs that someone's not the best for you, etc., until about September. So be cautious with that part. And then the sun is moving from the 4th house and having improved your family life and home life and moving into your 5th house. This is a really exciting and fun transit, so I hope that you enjoy the next month or so. And then the North Node finishing up the 9th house. So you've been thinking a lot for the last little while, like what does it all mean, those kinds of big questions. And so now you are kind of done with that and now ready to focus on change and transformation as the theme of your life for the next little while. Anyway, so let's take a look at the cards first of all. So these are the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot. Now I've been trying to do the flip, but the flip doesn't really work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Is it the fabric? Anyway, so let's take a look at your cards. Yep, they didn't work. I think the fabric's too slippery, but here you go. That's the point anyway. It was so cute when it worked, but anyway. Okay, so here are your cards. The 9 of Fire, the 9 of Wands, the 3 of Fire, the 7 of Air. In the center you have the Hierophant, Unity, Archangel, Sandalphon. And then we have the 2 of Air, King of Earth, and the Page of Fire. Okay. Okay. 3 of Fire and 9. Okay. So whatever has been going on, you're going to attain balance and find for yourself some degree of repose. You're going to be, you're going to find yourself collected and calm and kind of work things out and make sure that you're in a safe place. It feels as though people have been meddling, especially with this energy for you in particular. This is a very spunky, energetic, youthful energy. So you may be finding that someone is like, let's do this, let's do that. And you're like, get your head in order first and then let's do it. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous, news of an exciting new adventure, endeavor, use your originality and ingenuity. Next, we have the King of Earth, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn like yourself, generous, professional, responsible, practical, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you are offered, the Midas touch. I always think of the King of Wands as the Midas touch. So it feels like, and there's a balance of air. Two of air is like Two of Swords. So there's truce in the Thoth deck. So we have, it seems as though maybe there's a balance achieved between two energies, quite a senior energy with the King of Earth. It could be you, or it could be maybe your partner or yourself and a child. The Page of Fire is a youthful energy. That doesn't necessarily mean that those are the signs. For the fire person, you want to look for someone who's really spunky, go-getter, adventure type of person. And the King of Earth is very paced, slow, careful, meticulous. So there may have been a peace achieved, and with that comes unity. So unity is ruled by Taurus, another earth sign. So there could be that connection there. Archangel Sandalphon. So traditional viewpoints and methods, spiritual organizations. To me, this always speaks of the idea that there is a common bond that is decided upon and made. And so in a certain way, there has been a decision made in order to achieve a goal or achieve something that is happening for you. And I think that maybe there was an agreement that was struck, and so people have, kind of made peace or made truce in a situation that was once conflictual. That could be you, but still you're trying to work things out. The Seven of Air here is here, so everything is still very tentative. It's not necessarily all finalized. It has a lot of different things to be considered before you move forward. However, you're waiting for things to come in. So I think that the ball is in the other court rather than yours. You've made your peace and you've struck up some type of informal agreement that you would be working together or kind of making certain plans, but still there's a big question mark about how that's going to play out or if it will actually work out. At the end of the day, you draw clear boundaries and you find a secure place for yourself. And when you do that, then you'll be able to move forward in whatever directions you are trying to, achieve. You're drawing clear boundaries, making things safe for yourself, and things are made on your own terms, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the next set of cards. Again, these flipped perfectly, so okay. So here is your here are your cards. So we have, let me just tell you what they are: the Five of Discs, the Three of Discs, the Four of Swords, the Nine of Discs, the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Last Judgment. So I think that there's quite a divide for you that's showing up before the center card, the Nine of Discs, and the latter part. You start off with even a little bit of financial concern, but you work really hard throughout this whole month in order to pick up the pieces that were left behind or that were untended. And you find within that a lot of peace and calm, and you feel good about it. At the center of the reading, you have the Nine of Discs, so you become very confident about what you have. Again, you pick up the slack on whatever you feel that was missing, and you find a great deal of confidence that what you have achieved is successful. This could mean that you're picking up the slack on unattended work, and now you have more time to use in order to apply it in new directions. So maybe revisiting the thing that distracted you in the first place. from doing the work. You get to kind of reconsider. So you have the Four of Cups. There's offers made, things that were unexpected. It's like, oh, hey, here, why don't you try this, or why don't you do that? I feel like you're kind of stepping out here. So there's been a period of some work that was motivated by concern of financial failure. And you really applied yourself and worked hard and made sure that you had a safe space in order to move forward. Now, this isn't a partnership. This is just stuff to do with your own kind of mental process. But you've led to 9 of Discs. And with the 9 of Discs, there's often a lot of financial success. But in terms of love, there's a lot of adoration, admiration, people kind of taking a look or, kind of admiring. But in fact, oftentimes this is called like successful in business, unlucky in love. And so maybe you are in a certain way feeling that way, as though you've really put your effort into one part of your life and therefore another part was under cared for, right? And so we have the four of Cups that comes out of that, and that's an offer that is being made that's going to change your life and for the better. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Last Judgment. Now, I don't know if you broke up with someone or if there was this issue that carried over here, but I think that there's going to be an offer that's going to make you stop and think twice about something that you've made a decision about in the past. So this could be something like someone saying, oh, hey, why don't we go out, or why don't we this or that? And you're like, okay, I can deal with that. I can dig that. And I know what my boundaries are. This could be a Venus retrograde thing, although Venus retrograde ends on the 15th, but the shadow is still there. So someone could still creep in and say, oh, I knew you before we were friends. Why don't we just see if this could be something else? But I think that you're really preoccupied with, laying down your foundation about what's right. I think this person really inspires you at the beginning of the time period in the mid-April, and to be more authentic to what's safe for you and what's okay for you. And I think that motivates a lot of your month, this month, Capricorn. Here is your next message. Sorry. So here are 7 cards from Doreen Virtue. I will again tell you what they all are. You got the Soulmate card in the outcome. So worth waiting for, Soulmate. Okay. So maybe some things have happened that have made you have to wait for an outcome to come in. Maybe somebody's dealing with maybe they have children, or maybe they're dealing with, whatever, a children issue, and so it's good that you have to wait for that situation to come around. So first, at the beginning of the month, we have, or half month, we have the new love card. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Next, we have healing family issues. I think it's important for you to recognize that at this time you have to apply yourself considerably, especially if you have a male parent or an uncle or cousin who's a kind of an older person who's a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I suspect that you're going to have to put a lot of work in with the earth types throughout this month in order to find common ground. Then we have free yourself. So there's only so much that you can do in any situation. I'm sure that you guys will be able to work it out, but like with any relationship, it's not like a full happy ending. There's always a little bit of a gray area, and so you too will have to free yourself from engaging in the healing process, because at a certain point it's not going to be productive, and that the peace is achieved, you rest, and then you free yourself from the burdens that you've been carrying. So just allow that to all happen. Really take it easy. You won't need to maneuver too much. It'll just come to you, in a natural way. So in the center pillar, we have passion as the outcome. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's motivated by unity, and then also the 9 of Discs. When you have 9 of Discs, like Maslow's theory, you can only work your way up. So basically, there's a foundation that you come into the situation with that motivates you to be more passionate. A lot of things are taken care of, and now you can, explore a different part of your life. The next message is the Seven of Air. This is the tentativeness that you will be feeling throughout this time as well. There's going to be also offers that are being made that you have big question marks about. I think that anything that is influencing this at this time is children. If you're on the dating scene, if you're not taken, then maybe you are really kind of up, like not sure whether you actually want to date someone with kids, or if you have kids, you're not sure how to integrate that part of your life, you know, with your new relationships. But then things get really good, and it says that something really good is coming. Look at here. We have the Three of Fire, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Soulmate card. So yes, something is coming through that's going to make your kind of questioning of the situation really kind of fall to the wayside. I think when it starts coming in, it's going to start making a lot of sense. And then we have worth waiting for, the Nine of Fire, Judgment, and worth waiting for. So I feel it's almost like fishing, where you're waiting for the right fish to take a bite, and when you get what you need and you get what you were waiting for, then it all makes sense. But I think sometimes this is a confirmation that you are waiting with purpose, encouraging you not to throw your energy around, not to give up on yourself before the situation is finalized. Stay hopeful, maintain the presence that you are already connected to the right soulmate, and that person is coming through for you. In fact, these three cards together do suggest that there's something coming through that's significant. We start off the reading with new love. Now, if you're already in a established relationship, I don't think that it means infidelity. I think what it's actually saying is that you grow in a new love for one another, especially if you're caring for some health reasons with each other, like if one person is sick or not. And then we have healing family issues. This is touching on really sore stuff. So we were saying that Venus is in the 3rd house with Chiron. So, and then moving into the 4th house, the sun is in the 4th house. So family, home issues, you really get to it. The King of Earth is confident that he can achieve anything and works really hard towards his goals. Then we have the Two of Air, and then we have free yourself. So you achieve whatever it is, peace, you know, understanding with others. You've made amends, and now you're just resting. And then we have the Hierophant, the Nine of Discs, and passion. So at the core of this is motivation, drive for luxury, kind of really exciting things. If you're dealing with a Taurus, then I suspect that your relationship is really heated right now, and in a positive way, really positive and kinetic almost. So next, we have children. So if you have children, I think that children are impacting your personal life within your marriage. If you have separated or divorced, then maybe how to take care of children's needs is at the forefront of your mind. The sun will move into the 5th house of children, so this will be a big theme and issue for you. Sorry. Even at night, they have to save people. And so the 7 of Air and the 4 of Cups. So being selective, maybe a little bit too selective about things, maybe being a little bit too tentative, maybe being a little bit childlike in the way that you approach things. So just maybe allow yourself, both of these cards suggest that maybe it's time for you to allow yourself to have a more grounded approach to things. So consider that. It's nothing that you have to integrate. And then the beautiful Soulmate card comes through. Spins of luck. It's earned though, because we have the 3 of Fire. So it's an earned energy, creating change and transformation, and the outcome is the soulmate. And then finally we have the 9 of Fire, the Judgment card, and worth waiting for. So I think that as you have to just basically let it happen, you have to let things kind of flow at their own time with their own rhyme and reason. So let's take a look at the oracle cards. So here is your first message. We have the Strength card. Every single one of my readings got this. So personal strength and fortitude will get you through this situation. I think that you've been in disagreement with this person for a while, and it's kind of a test of wills. Who's going to resolve to stay longer towards their means? You know, what is the compromise? I think it's a little bit of, maybe for some of you, a bullheaded situation that's not necessarily practical, or, you know, has much cause. But whether it's that, or whether it's, you know, something else, just allow yourself to have personal strength and conviction that good things are coming in and you'll be safe. Here is the next message. We see the light. So the light is going to come through. I do think that you're not noticing all the positivity. I think that maybe in a certain sense you are enjoying it. You're not so hungry. You get the hard work done, you're happy about it, but not elated. It's not like it's your first time at bat. It's not that it's your first time having to deal with these issues. In fact, good things are coming in, and you are making final and permanent decisions about circumstances and situations. Let's see what's going on in your romance. We have comfort. So comfort is an expression of safety, which goes beyond your natural instincts about like what is safe and what is not. And of course, people can manipulate that, and people do that to each other all the time. However, I think that in this situation, it's encouraging you to connect with who resonates, which energy resonates the most for you, and which energy is a part of your matrix. Anyway, give me a like for this video. Subscribe also. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, Capricorn. Bye.